Here we go. We are
Are
live.
we live? Hi, Matt.
Hey, Susie.
How's it going?
It's going good.
It's Suzilla.
Yes, it's Thursday, so I said, "Hey, we need to do a Suzilla."
Well, yeah, because we try and do them on Thursdays. Welcome to Suzilla's, live from the Susie Health Solutions Enrollment Center in Wenatchee, Washington.
Ooh, it's a nice snowy day out, and everyone is bundled up, staying home.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm here.
Yeah, but you got my Yellowstone hoodie on.
Yes, I do, because it's cozy. And my hoodie's Christmassy, and it's not Christmas anymore.
Okay.
So I think we're going to have to do something about that.
Get you another hoodie.
I'm afraid I might have been converted to the hoodie. I resisted for a long time because I don't like pullover hoodies because my hair is a disaster whenever I do that. But I look good and I'm cozy.
You forgot the other thing.
What? My glasses?
The glasses.
Oh yeah.
That's the big factor.
That's a big thing for you. Yeah, you don't have any hair.
I have plenty of beard hair.
Yeah, you don't have any head hair.
Okay.
I have like 7 feet of head hair. It's very annoying.
So here is the kind of the topic of the day. We're going to be talking about hobbies, and this is one of those weird things because there are no real wrong answers here.
No, not really.
It's the only wrong answer I could think of is if you pretended that your substitute teacher was in charge, planted yourself in a dark room, and watched old movies.
Why is that a problem? Is it the pretending part?
Yeah. Because it's
because sitting yourself in a dark room watching old movies can be considered a hobby.
It can be considered a hobby. It depends on how you go about it. But if that's all you kind of do, it's kind of a sad life.
Yeah, but you're being judgmental. Sometimes people watch old movies because they're studying them.
Yeah, but most people don't.
Yeah, true. But some people just really enjoy old movies.
Yes.
So don't be so judgmental about their old movie watchers.
Oh, so yeah, we're gonna have to have a no judgment day one of these.
Yes, we will. We've done that occasionally. It's kind of entertaining.
But yeah, it was one of those things that creeps into my life every so often. Is the fact that I do very little hobby stuff.
I know, neither do I.
Well, you used to paint, or you used to do.
It's been a long time since I've sculpted, and I haven't been reading like as much as I used to. I was just thinking about that last night. I used to read a whole lot more than I do now. And I'm not 100% sure what changed, but I was thinking I need to stop not reading. I need to start reading again.
Yeah, there's like, okay, it's time, pick up something that's not productive. Because even, I was like thinking about it's like my family, it wasn't really a hobby, it was survival skills.
Yeah. You're talking about canning and stuff like that. And yeah, that's not just a hobby, that's survival skills. It's taking the survival skills and extending them out into an avocation versus a vocation.
Yeah, it was like, fishing, hunting, gardening, canning.
Oh yeah.
Cooking.
Yeah. Well, I enjoy baking.
Yeah.
I guess you could consider that a hobby.
It depends on what you do and what your goal is. I mean,
mostly my goal is to feed people.
Yeah, and that's when it's back to survival skill.
But I do things that are not basic baking. I do treat baking. I bake cookies, or I bake scones, or muffins, or breakfast casseroles, or kolache, or treat baking. That's more hobbyist. If I was doing bread every week, that's not a hobby.
Yeah, but what if you were selling that bread?
That would be a vocation.
Yeah.
That would not be an avocation. That would not be a hobby. That would be a side gig. Yeah, but not.
And sometimes
you can build a hobby into a profession. I've seen it done.
Yeah.
The biggest thing you need to be careful if you're going to do that is make sure it doesn't ruin your love of it. I've seen this happen. You take something that you adore. It's your favorite side hobby. You really love, I don't know, making ceramic owls, and people think, oh, you make the best ceramic owls. So you start making ceramic owls and selling them. Well, suddenly you're making more ceramic owls than you ever thought you could, and you're getting pressure to make ceramic owls and changing them up all the time, and eventually you get to the point where I don't want to make ceramic owls anymore, and you lost this love that you once had.
Well, the other thing is simple rule of insurance: anytime money exchanges hands, it becomes weird.
Yeah, that's true. That's one of
Uh,
the reasons why it's hard to work with families sometimes
it's
when
hard
it's
for
nothing works.
families. The minute you say, "Oh, hey, you can have my boat for the weekend," uh, just pay me a few bucks for gas, instantly becomes a
Oh,
financial
and
transaction.
it gets a
If
little
something
weird.
happens to the boat,
It gets weird.
the insurance companies might not pay for it.
Yeah, weird stuff.
So yeah, it's weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
But I mean, I've been thinking about picking up things like embroidery stuff like that. But
mhm.
I'm wondering if my eyes can handle it because I'm so my I just I can't see like I used to because I'm old. All the
Well,
small stuff. I mean, but I can. There's ways to go around to work
yeah,
around that. A lot of it's better lighting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things that we've got to figure out what we want to do next for 2022 to enrich our lives.
Yeah. Exactly.
Bum bum bum. I know one of the things that I will be working on due diligently is my
Mm-hmm.
martial arts.
Yes, you need to get back up, and you and our son both need to get working on that a little bit more actively, for the simple fact that you want to, and you've got a big
They
project
got a
coming up.
big challenge coming up halfway through the year.
Yeah, and we want to make sure that you are up to speed for it.
Yeah, because that's going to be a beast. That's why I'm going to kind of let's just chill out during the holidays, and
Then you're going to crack it during the first of the year.
yep,
At least that's the goal.
that is my goal.
I like that goal. Let's keep that goal going.
So yeah, I won't be.
But is that a hobby? See, that's an interesting question. Is it actually a hobby? Yeah, you're not sure if it is, are you?
It's one of those weird ones because, again, back to that basic survival skills. It's martial arts.
Yes. But you're not using, you don't necessarily need martial arts to survive in Wenatchee.
No.
No.
Yeah. It's one of those ones that during the apocalypse, what skills do you have? I'm well rounded.
What's dinging? Are you dinging?
Oh no, that's our landlord. Oh, he says perfect. He's on it.
Oh, awesome. Hi, landlord. Yeah. Well, I've got a couple of little just general skills. I mean, I know, weirdly enough, I know how to make spear points.
And flint nap.
And yeah, I can nap flint and make spear points and knives and things like that. It's just one of those weird little things I picked up in the world, because sometimes you pick up weird little things.
And you can start fires without a
lighter. Easiest with flint and steel, magnesium. But yeah, I can do that, and I know the basics of capturing sourdough starter.
Yeah, we've never been real successful in that area.
In an apocalypse situation, I could make, even if it's not leavened, I could make bread. Because unleavened bread is a totally doable thing. Ask any Jew. But there's that. But yeah, I was thinking I need to do something a little bit more creative. I haven't been very creative lately.
Well, that's if you think about it, I used to write a lot of poetry.
I used to journal all the time.
You also wrote fanfic.
I did. I wrote a lot of fan fiction.
So
there's a lot of reasons why I gave that up.
Yeah. However, I still cut. I still write the commercials.
And I still record them.
Yes. So I've got a way to do, outlets that way for my creativity.
Well, maybe my recording them is also part of that creativity outlet.
Possible.
Because it's considered, it's a performance situation.
Yeah.
I always kind of enjoyed that. I don't know. Maybe what we're thinking, but again, your creative outlet in that regard kind of makes you a little, that kind of thing just kind of makes you a little nuts. Sometimes that kind of thing frustrates you because you don't necessarily want to have to do it. And that's the whole losing it from taking what you love and making it a must do, and it's not nearly as much fun anymore.
Yeah, that's probably why I've tried to rope other people into, hey, come help me in this.
Yeah.
as she gives me the stink eye.
Yeah, well, you're a better writer than I am. Now, to be fair, I do edit. Sometimes when I write,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I edit it for the simple fact that I need it to be shorter or longer or less this or more that. And that's part of what I do, and I don't have a
Mm-hmm.
problem with that. But yeah, when it comes to hobbies, it's okay to not really do much. The important thing is you do something that you love. If you get into a hobby that you're bored with, it's okay to set it aside and maybe come back to it another day, or say this isn't the right hobby for me and try something different. And you don't have to be um you don't have to spend a bazillion dollars on it. It's just
So
it's what makes you happy.
what hobby do you think you've had previously that has helped you the most as a small business owner?
A hobby that's helped me as a
It
small
just
business owner.
Yeah, that you just grabbed some mad skill out of you developed
Oh,
from a hobby and you brought it to the business.
hmm. My okay. My experience with theater. I was big in community theater for a while.
Uh huh.
And I learned a lot about just, acting and community interaction. And I learned kind of in a lot of ways how to just sort of behave. When you're working with a client, in a lot of ways, you're performing for them.
Yeah.
And it helped increase my confidence to be able to have these conversations with people when I was terrified of what I was doing. Because I ended up, until I got really confident about what I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
I was faking it like crazy. And that was part of my acting training coming in.
Yeah, yeah. That has been a really weird segue the last couple of years on what because I did the production side of things.
Yeah, well, so did I mostly, but I
Yeah,
was on stage a bit too.
yeah.
And because it's osmosis, you pick up all of it.
Well, if you think about it,
But you were like major producer level kind of stuff.
well, yeah, because it's like God, no one would run an event, so I ended up running
Yeah, well,
events.
you've got a knack for it.
And it becomes this weird logistics thing. It's like what happened when the adventure van got stuck or late.
Oh yeah,
It
by Pybus, they were running behind because the passes were bad. So we made it work.
ran to the office, grabbed our folding tables and chairs
And our big,
and big sign, and came back within 15 minutes and had something up for people
uh-huh.
to congregate to.
Another a half hour or so later, the adventure van showed up,
Mm-hmm.
but we were up and running, and we weren't looking like we'd been. The whole event was not abandoned because of it.
Yeah.
Because we made it work.
Yeah, we had stuff that was in play that we've done it before, and fearlessly we stumble forward.
And a lot of I think what a lot of our experience with production in theater has created that level of fearlessness.
Well, yeah, but if you think about it, the packing and stuff, a lot of theaters don't have that unless they're a road show.
Yeah.
And the way we picked up that skill was from camping.
Oh yeah, among other things.
How do you load up a car and go 1,500 miles across the United States?
Yep, you got to figure out how to do it efficiently and quickly.
And
that's another thing that can be handy. You will find that your hobbies give you skills that in real life that you didn't realize that they would.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always fun. But that's reminds me I need to change something in my phone. But yeah, that's something. Hobbies are interesting. I don't know how to describe what I.
Well, it's one of those weird things that because I remember back when the whole COVID thing started in 2020, everyone was learn something new.
Yeah, go do a hobby. Go create this. Go do that.
And
that's good. That's where a lot. Oh my God, how many loaves of sourdough were made because of that?
But we also launched a podcast.
We did. We're here today doing this because of it.
Yeah, and it's that play that we do and we don't do at the same time.
Yes.
And it really, you know, we do these weird things that we bring to the business. You know, your love of baking. Well, one of the things that we did was we brought, what was it, like 9 to 10 to 12 dozen cookies once a month to the local senior center.
Never fewer than 10 dozen.
Yeah, that was, but
I think my line was 8 dozen. But either way,
it's a lot of cookies.
It's a lot of cookies, and I would do that on a monthly basis, which COVID shut down.
Yeah, which COVID shut down.
Pain, which I miss desperately sometimes. But I got a huge variety of cookies recipes down because I try not to duplicate.
Yeah, but that was, you know, something that we took, you know, your basic skills, some of the tools that we had lying about, and it's like, well, how do we do an inexpensive outreach?
Yeah.
And that was one of the ways we did it. I'm trying to think of some of the other crazy little adventures we've done along those lines.
Well, I mean, I've baked pies for people because of for events, and there's a billion things I've done, and a billion things you've done. Mostly you say, Susie will make you something, and I end up making something.
Oh yeah, I draft you because that's what I do. If someone's within a reach and I know that they've got skills, I'll put them to work doing something.
You volunteer them pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes that's okay, and sometimes it's like, dude, really? Because you're my husband, if you need to be dude really, I'll dude really, yeah.
Yeah. But hey, at least you get good hoodies out of the deal.
I got one hoodie. I'm borrowing this one. I haven't stolen it outright yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you want to wear this today?
I was actually looking for it because I got my buffalo shirt underneath.
Oh, sorry.
I wanted a buffalo because it's cold out.
Are you wearing your buffalo socks?
No.
Then you lose.
I didn't go triple buffalo.
You should have. If you got triple buffalo, I would have relented.
No, you wouldn't have.
No, probably not.
Yeah. But there's, you got to have play, and that's kind of where I've been. The last year has been a grind.
It has been grueling. It really has. We haven't played much.
And that's where I'm been doing hey, we need to do this more. Yeah. And it's, I get to point it out on a regular basis of hey, you're always on.
Yeah, you are. How many times do I have to tell you when we're sitting at home and I stop working? Seriously, and I know you are, and you need to stop it.
No.
And then you wake up at like 4:00 in the morning and you work. It's like you're making me crazy when you do that.
Yeah.
I love you to death, and I don't want you to work yourself into a dither. Dither, I say.
And just and that's where we got to find hobbies.
Right, and that's where I think, and me, I'm kind of leaning towards something smaller and more. Sit in front of the TV and do something with my hands, kind of thing, which I might do. I have an idea. Maybe I'll just get onto Amazon later and see what I can see.
Yeah, it's because we talked one day of doing the was the ukulele. Goofing about playing ukulele.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm very instrumental though.
Well, that's one of the things is we've never had the opportunity to play with something that was non-productive.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But yeah.
If
I pick up the ukulele and start playing the ukulele, you're going to have me playing the ukulele on podcasts.
Probably.
So then it would be productive.
Then it would eventually drift into productive. But I mean, think about it. When I was a kid, my dad we would go into Seattle or one of the shopping malls, and we would people watch.
Yeah. And you would learn about people. He would teach you about people, wouldn't he?
Yeah, we would know how people move and how they communicate with each other, and just by observation. And so yeah, even in the base skills of just going and exploring is something that I picked up skills on.
Oh yeah, and I picked up a different set of skills from going camping every weekend. I mean, it wasn't like super duper go, haul your own water, dig your own poop pits, but it was still, I go out there and I learn how to bushwhack and learn that if you're lost, go upstream following the water or down, go follow the water. And
You go, yeah, that's completely backwards.
Okay, so I meant downstream. And then which berries were edible and stuff like that. Because I know a surprising amount of
the foraging skills.
Nope, they're gonna leave before that. Looks like our truck is leaving. He may have gotten barked at. But yeah, that's one of those things. But yeah, we all learn skills. We all learn things as we're kids, and the question is, what do you do with it? One of the things I think you have a hobby of window shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the. It's not.
I say window shopping because you don't actively buy stuff, but you're always building lists and building plans.
Yeah, I constantly shop for things.
Yeah, and I think that's a hobby for you.
But it is and it isn't, because it gives me,
But it takes you out of it takes you out of where you are at the moment and puts you somewhere else, and you enjoy it. It's a hobby, and that's okay.
Well, I just know it lets me spot trends,
among other things. Yes. So you utilize it's a hobby that you use in your real life.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
So that is
a hobby you use as a tool. So, are we what, about 10 minutes left to go?
We are actually 22 minutes. So if we want to just call it a short one, we can call it a short one.
I think we've kind of wound things up.
We have wound things. It is the end of the year. So yeah, it's one of those things. Pick up some new hobbies.
Look into it. Find something interesting. It's a new year. It's 2022. Tuesday, February 2nd is going to be on February 2nd is a Tuesday, so it'll be Tuesday.
Yes, we're going to have twos. You can't lose with 22s.
No, it's going to be, and that's always been two's always been a good number for me. So either way, enjoy. And on February 1st is the lunar new year. It's going to be Year of the Tiger. So, and we'll talk to you before then. But meanwhile, have a happy new year. Enjoy 2022. Stay safe. Stay smart. Stay sane. Yeah, I like that.
You like that? Okay.
I like that.